The Secret to True Happiness, a story that will change your perspective. In a city that never sleeps, where the streets buzzed with the sound of ambition and the skyline glittered with dreams, there lived a man named Arjun. He was a top-performing entrepreneur, always on the move, always chasing the next big thing. His days were a blur of conference calls, business deals, and endless to-do lists. While others took breaks, Arjun pushed harder. "If I stop, I'll fall behind," he told himself. But deep down, something was missing. Despite his success, he felt empty, as if he were running on a treadmill, moving fast but going nowhere. One evening, after yet another grueling day, Arjun found himself staring at his reflection in the office window. The man looking back at him seemed tired, lost. His mind was a storm of worries. What if I lose it all? What if I'm not good enough? Overwhelmed, he grabbed his coat and stepped outside, not knowing where he was going. His feet carried him to a quiet riverside park, far from the chaos of the city. The air was crisp, and the sound of flowing water was oddly calming. But even here, his thoughts wouldn't quiet down. As he walked, he noticed an elderly woman sitting on a bench knitting. There was something about her, a sense of calm that seemed to radiate from her. Intrigued, Arjun sat down nearby. She glanced at him with a warm smile and said, "You look like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders." Arjun sighed. "I'm always thinking about the future, what I need to do, what I might lose. I don't know how to stop." The woman nodded as if she understood perfectly. Without a word, she handed him a small thermos and poured him a cup of tea. "Drink," she said gently. Arjun took a sip. The tea was warm, soothing, and for the first time in what felt like forever, his mind went still. The woman watched him and asked, "While you were drinking, were you thinking about the next sip, or did you simply enjoy the one you had?" Arjun paused. He realized he hadn't thought about anything else. Just the warmth of the tea, the gentle breeze, the sound of the river. The woman smiled. "Life is like this tea. If you're always thinking about the next moment, you'll miss the one you're in." She pointed to a flock of birds gliding over the water. "See them? They don't worry about where their next meal will come from. They don't stress about tomorrow. They simply live in the now." Arjun watched the birds, their movements graceful and carefree. "But what if they run out of food?" he asked. The woman chuckled. "Then they'll find more. But today they're happy. That's all that matters." Something inside Arjun shifted. For the first time, he understood what he'd been missing. The next day, Arjun made a small change. Instead of eating lunch at his desk, he stepped outside and sat under a tree. He called his mother, just to hear her voice. In the evening, he paused to watch the sunset, the sky painted in hues of orange and pink. And for the first time in years, he felt alive. A week later, he returned to the riverside park, hoping to thank the woman. But the bench was empty. All that remained was a small, folded piece of paper tucked under the seat. He opened it and read, "Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. The present is all we truly have. Cherish it." Arjun smiled, clutching the note. The future was still uncertain, but he wasn't afraid anymore. He had learned that happiness wasn't something you chased. It was something you found in the little moments. The laughter of a loved one, the warmth of the sun, the taste of a simple cup of tea. Life wasn't a race to the finish line. It was a journey to be savored, one step at a time. So the next time you feel the weight of the world on your shoulders, remember Arjun's story. Take a breath, look around, and ask yourself, am I living in the moment, or am I too busy chasing tomorrow? Because true happiness isn't in the future, it's in the now. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. Until next time, stay kind and keep healing.